Installing wire inside this handlebar from this right grip control switches is a bit of a challenge, especially when removing the wire pins one by one, thinking and hoping not to mess up with the color codings. But then the excitement begins when I started pushing this wire harness inside this handlebar. And the moment that I saw the other end of the wire harness, oh yes, this moment when I slowly pull it out, the emotion is high and the feeling of success. And now it's time to close this grip control and see what it looks like. And look at that hole. Imagine how huge that wire harness is. And now look at that. It looks pretty slick compared to this one. And this is the main content of this video, installing the left grip control, which is more complicated because it has a 2-wire harness connector, which means a lot of color coding. And again, the excitement starts at this moment. But disappointment kicks in when the wire harness came short. And the solution? Extend all the wire pins. Again, color coding. Removing these wire pins from this plastic connector is easy. All you need is a mini flat screw head and press the side of the metal pins. But the wire color coding is a different story. It's a bit confusing, but you might need to write it down or take photos. And now that everything is set, it's time to pull the wire pins. And to do this, all you need is to press the side of the wire pins. It's like a hook or a latch that holds the plastic connector. And while pressing the pins, you need also to pull the wire. And that's it for this blue plastic connector. It's all done. So here's the wire pins for this blue plastic connector. And before I start removing the wire pins of this white plastic connector, I need to put an electrical tape to this wire pins from the blue one so it will not mix up. And it will be easier to put it back to that plastic connector. And now this white plastic connector, just do the same process like the blue one to remove the wire pins. And once all the wire pins were removed from the plastic connectors, then it's time to insert this plastic covered tie wire into the hole of the clamping area. And once the plastic covered tie wire is out from the hole at the grip area, the next step is to tie the wire harness or wire pins. And once everything is tight and set, don't forget to cover the end of the tie wire and the wire pins using the excess wire harness sleeves. And the excitement starts right now. So while pushing this wire harness inside this handlebar, you need also to pull the tie wire at the clamping area. It's like push and pull. While slowly pulling this tie wire, I also pushing the wire harness from the grip area. And here comes the wire harness. And I'm pulling this slowly to avoid splicing the wires. And here it is. It looks like it became short. I think it's time to install the plastic connector, starting from this black plastic connector that connects to my right switches or control. And make sure to follow the right color coding pattern. And make sure to double check the color coding. And I think everything is perfect. Now it's time to connect this. This wire harness has a decent amount of slack while turning my handlebar left and right. But my left grip switch control is a bit of short. So I decided to extend the wires by cutting 2 inches from the wire pins. Then I soldered all the wire connections and used a shrinkable tube to cover all the exposed wires. Then another shrinkable tubing to separate the wire harness connection. And another black shrinkable tubing. And then I installed the plastic blue and white connector. And now I have a better amount of wire harness slack. Well, I think it's time to test the switches control of my handlebar. I guess my next episode is turn signal installation and how to eliminate this hyper flash. Well, I hope this video helps. So hit that like, feel free to leave a comment, and please share this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe.